One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What it do? What it
Yo,
do? Another episode of Let's Bet It. Um, GLB, I probably should have told you this before we came on, man. I have zero voice from last night. Like
oh,
it
as it should
was,
be, right?
huh?
As it should be with the Pacers.
Man, it's crazy. It's right. It's crazy because yesterday I woke up at about like not this morning, but yesterday I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like I just couldn't sleep for some reason, and I have to be up at 5:30 to be on campus, to teach. So I was just
Mhm.
up at 1 o'clock, and I never went back to sleep. So straight through the day, I was just up, and then like at
Same.
7:30, bro, like, and then I came home and started doing stuff, like straightening up the house and everything. And then like at 7:30, it started hitting me like, fuck, man, I've been up for like a really long time. So I said, let me power through the first half and I'm just gonna take a nap during halftime. So I got through the first half and I slept all the way until there was a minute left in the game. And my wife woke me up. And I saw I didn't see none of the second half. I just saw the last minute of the second half. And I lost my voice within those 15 minutes.
It was crazy for sure. Well, we'll have some. Hopefully, just 2 games today, so we won't have too much to say. But you know, I think we're in a good spot today for some favorites to bounce back. I'll say that.
I think so. I think so. And we are gonna kind of, if you got thoughts about the game tomorrow, I think that's the Warriors game. If you can come up with some stuff on that, man. I know Steph is gonna be out, so there might be some good props or whatever available for that. But we'll get into this, man. We'll get into this first game. Um, Knicks Celtics game two. Knicks, knocked off the Celtics at home or on the road in overtime. Um, Boston. Obviously, I mean we've heard the story about missing the 45 threes and blowing the 20-point lead that they had. And um, for me, I think the Celtics, man. I think they come out with something. I really like their first half. And I have to look that up. I've played the full game over, but I really like the Celtics to come out in the first half and not and just correct their wrongs. You know what I mean from that 3-point performance. Let me see what their home or what their team total for the first half is 57 and a half. And I know they got to 61 in game one. I don't know what their shooting percentages look like in the first half of that game, but they got to 61 in the first half in game one. And I don't see why they couldn't do that again. Um, but other than that, like I like the first half over and I like their first half team total over and I like their full game team total over. Uh,
First,
GOB, you got any looks?
you said first half team total over. What's the number again?
57 and a half.
Okay, give me 1 second. What I'm looking at, what I found is, yeah, I would go with the Celtics here. Since 2018, home favorites in game two, who are off a loss as a home favorite, which Celtics and Thunder both are. So this applies to both of them. They're 21-9 ATS since 2018. I think I said there, covering on average, covering with an average of 5.6 points. So I'm already looking at the Celtics and the Thunder. But what I did is I took that same scenario and I popped it in to dive deeper into the data. And First half team total of 57.5 is what you said. And that looks really good. The games that I'm looking at here, again, since 2018, all have gone over, not all, a handful of them have stayed under 57.5, but I think that's a solid bet there, given the trends that we see for these big favorites coming off a loss. You said full game over too?
Yeah, full game team total. I'm actually about to place this first half over as we speak. I'm just trying to find the best price.
So that was first half team total over
First
for
half team
Celtics.
total. Yep.
And you're also looking to play, you said full game total?
Yep, I played that already too. Or no,
Okay.
well, the full game team total over.
Okay, full game team total over. What's that number? If you know?
I think it was 111.
Kind of makes sense. Most of these games have ended up 111.
Stacks already took it.
Yeah, I think it's a good look. And again, we're looking at home favorites in game 2 off a loss as a home favorite. And if I'm not mistaken, Celtics and the Thunder are double-digit favorites today? Or did that change?
Mhm.
They are? All right. So
No, I think you're right.
All right, so if we filter this data set to look at only double-digit favorites, hasn't happened a ton, but first half team total still looks good. Full game. Wow, that full game total is strange. Bunch of 111s, 105, and then a 141, which was back in 2021. But either way, I think I like both of those bets and definitely back in both teams full game against the spread. No props.
So
I don't have any props or anything.
I just found the Celtics first half team total over 57.5, minus 108 on DraftKings. So I'm putting that in. Might make it a best bet. I've got a couple bets in the next game, so I need to figure that out. But I really like this first half total over 57.5 minus 108 DraftKings.
Yeah.
Let's hit the next one. Nuggets at Thunder. Another double-digit spread. Another road dog that won outright. And yeah, man, it's the Thunder laying 10 at home. Total is sitting at 230. I don't know, man. I mean, I just feel like the Thunder efforts got to be better. Like, I feel like these number one seeds that wrapped it up really quick in the regular season are struggling in the playoffs. And not only did they wrap it up early, but the way that they put their first round opponents out, like that was nasty work. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, getting beat by 50, like they're beating guys by 50 and 30 like every night. Like, that's not playoff basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like teams like the Thunder and the Cavs haven't been in goal mode for a month.
Yeah.
They just haven't, because they've had the number one seeds wrapped up for a minute. So they've been resting guys here and there. And then the playoffs come and you have it even easier blowing teams out the way you're blowing them out. And then you're coming up against teams that are been in battle tested playoff series already. And they getting their ass popped in game one. Happened with the Cavs. It happened with the Thunder. It just happened with Minnesota. They're the higher seed barely, but I don't know, man. I think
It wasn't sustainable the way they were playing, and now it's like a kind of a wake-up call. Not a wake-up call, but now things are a little bit more real. But I'm still going to take Thunder here too. And that's because that trend I mentioned earlier that leans to the Thunder and Celtics. I just said, hey, what if the total in this game is higher than 225? You know what I mean? because playoffs, we got a lot of kind of a big kind of discrepancy in totals. These teams are 8-1 against the spread since 2018. That's home favorites in game 2, who lost as a home favorite in game 1. And the total's a little bit on the higher side today. And so I'm looking at Thunder against the spread based on that, based on it being, the books know it's going to be a little bit of a faster paced game, a little bit of a higher total compared to the Celtics game, at least.
Yeah.
And I think that's for good reason. And if I take that same trend and I look deeper at quarters and spread, team totals and all that, do you know what the Thunder first quarter spread is by any chance?
Let me look.
Third quarter. No, you know what? Third quarter.
Third quarter.
Halftime. Yeah, it looks like coming out of halftime.
Let me look.
First half too.
Third
But that's
quarter.
at least from a kind of spread perspective. I'm looking at Thunder to come out of the half. I guess it all depends on what the number is, but yeah, if you have those.
So the third quarter is 2.5 for the Thunder, and halftime is 6.5, and that's starting to be juiced -120. At least on FanDuel is what I see.
I see why. The thing I'm hesitant on is, remember, Denver's a good third quarter team, but this is the playoffs. This is different. I'm going to read you just the number, the third quarter spreads that these teams that the Thunder are in. The Thunder are in this position today. I'm going to read you these third quarter numbers that they've won by. 3, 19, 5, 8, 8, 2, 13. And the last loss in the third quarter was August of 2020, which was 1. That was the Bucks losing to the Magic in the third quarter. I like the Thunder in the third quarter here, especially at 2.5. Even though we know Denver is pretty good in the third quarter. But when I look at first half too, that 6.5, I think you said, looks pretty good. Man, it's tough, but scenarios happen many times. 21, 20 happens every year. Every year in the playoffs, this happens like at least twice. And the home favorite seems to get it done in the third quarter. First quarter too.
So let me give you another one. What about the second quarter? I feel like the second quarter, I don't know if Jokic is sitting a ton anymore in the playoffs, but I feel like if he gets a breather, I think most of it comes during the second quarter. And they have the second quarter, the Thunder, as 2.5-point favorites on FanDuel, and it's super juiced. It's -120 for the third quarter, but it's -136 for the second quarter.
Makes sense. Here are the second quarter numbers that, and this is going in order from most recent to oldest. Cavs lost by 6 in the second quarter yesterday. This applied to them. Prior to that, team won. Warriors won by 18 and 23. Suns by 5 years ago, 10, 26, 6, 9, 9. And then the only loss was in April of 2019. I think second quarter is probably a better look. You're right there. And, you could pay the juice and even go an alt line of minus maybe 4.5 or what? I can't remember what you said. I think 3.5.
-2.5. Yeah. Let me shop. Let me shop a little bit. But one bet while I'm shopping, one bet that I did take on this game was Nuggets team total under. For the game, I took Nuggets team total under the first half. I do think that the Thunder come out and figure out how to play some defense at home. I don't think it's like that.
Well, what are the number? You said Denver full game team total under?
Yep.
What was the number?
I played it at 108, maybe 109. It was one of those. I got it. Yeah, 108 or 109. I think it was 108.
Okay, I'm just checking one thing here real quick.
DraftKings got the Thunder second quarter 3.5.
Yeah, there. Yeah, they know. I'm trying to see. No, I like that too. The 108. I was gonna pull some stuff up, but I don't even need to because I think that's a good look, and I think Denver is gonna come out here and I'm sorry, Thunder is gonna come out here and get this done. You know, it'd be funny, a little crazy parlay. I wonder what the odds would be here. We took Thunder second quarter, Thunder third quarter, and Denver fourth quarter. Because these numbers in the fourth quarter here are where these teams lose. It's in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But that'd be funny. OKC second and third quarter in a parlay with Denver fourth quarter. I don't know if that's allowed or not.
I don't either. I doubt it is.
It's one of these like degenerate crazy, but it could be. And I'm just looking now at the chat, just looking at what Stacks has too. Some MLB we can talk. But Tatum, actually, I tailed Stacks on Jalen Williams, the PRA. I took that one. But yeah,
Okay.
I do a parlay. When we get, as far as basketball goes, I'm just kind of tailing you guys, and I'm not really putting too much time into the playoffs now, just more watching. This is crazy TV, first of all. Dude, the Pacers winning, I can't go Indiana, you know what I mean? Go Pacers. Go Hallie after all that shit people were talking about him. All the shit people talk about Indy in in other chats and shit, everyone.
You know what, man? It's just all love, man. I'm just a firm believer in, when you talk strong about, like, when you talk strong about a certain team or somebody's team, and that's that person's team, man. Just when they doing well, acknowledge it and move on. You know what I mean? Or just, I don't know, man. I get caught up in some goofy stuff, but
Nah, anything can happen.
it's been fun watching these guys, for real. It's been really fun watching them.
Yep, definitely. But watching this is definitely a lot of fun. I might put a couple parlays in here and there, just like small for fun, nothing serious. I'm kind of working on the MLB a little bit on the side. That's why I've been kind of quiet here and there, trying to get ready for this summer. Like, we got a lot of MLB ahead of us, and I think I'm starting to get into a little bit of a groove here. Had a nice day yesterday, but I got some plays I can give, after we're done with NBA, just because I see Stacks has Orioles team total.
No, let's talk about them.
So I like 3 bets today. One of them already cashed. It was the Cardinals. But I'm also going to go, or I also have the Yankees and Royals. That's a 2-leg parlay I like. System plays, no surprise there. Has a lot to do with home favorites in the last game of a series, or a certain team in the last game of a series who won or lost by a certain amount. You know what I mean? And the Yankees and Cardinals found themselves in that position. So I like the Yankees, but also something that I had last year that I looked into this year is this is a little bit strange, but hey, if it keeps hitting, it keeps hitting. And that's big home favorites. I think that might be 200, a money line of minus 200 or more. I can't remember. Big home favorites in the American League are 25-9. So that's the Royals today. I kind of like the Royals too. I don't know why. I have no affiliation with Kansas City or anything, but last year I had a future on them to win the World Series. I think I put like $9 on it, but it was at like plus 10,000. You know what I mean? Something crazy. And if you remember, they went, they were giving teams hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yankees and Royals for me. If I were to give you some more, I had a look on the Mets. I think that game's in play right now. Let me just see real quick. Mets are up 4-1. This play I had on the Mets, this system was 8-2 on the Mets. So I can't, give that out now, but I like that the data's holding up. And then if I had to give you the last two, Braves and Twins. Maybe we go Braves, Twins, Royals, Yankees. Braves and Royals gave me a heart attack last night. I had them both in a parlay, and in the 9th inning they both came through. But that's it for me. It's systems of Royals, Yankees, Braves, and Twins. I've heard people are on the Padres today. I'm not. Can't be. But yeah, what's up, Joe? Oldie.
Twins. Like this is the segment we need, like the baseball segment, man. I don't be having shit on it, but I tell Jor, it was a parlay last night. It was
Braves and Royals, I think, and they made us or it was I can't remember. But yeah, I just saw Stax's comment. He's outside? Twins. My bad. I might have to jump here, take care of something real quick. But Twins are 10-6 as home favorites. But also, when a home favorite is off a game where they won by 8 or more, which the Twins did, they're 7-1 if they're facing a non-divisional opponent. So I like the Twins, but remember, Stax knows a lot more about the contextual side of baseball, you know what I mean, than I do. I'm just looking at numbers and all that and scenarios. So bet the Twins carefully, but Royals and Yankees.
Yeah, he's like boot. Stax is more like a boots on the ground type guy when it comes to baseball. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah,
gotta respect boots on the ground. So got some good looks here, man. Got some NBA looks, got some MLB looks. I think tomorrow, I would encourage you guys, man, to look at the game tomorrow, Wolves and Warriors. Steph's already been ruled out of that one. Take a look at it and see how you want to bet it. I don't have nothing on it, but if we do, we'll put something in the YouTube channel.
Yep. Good stuff.
Let me see, man. I don't want to leave out nobody that came through in the comments. OD, thanks for coming through, bro.
Oh yeah, appreciate everyone.
Like, subscribe. Man, hold on. No, I feel like we do have to do like a best bet. So just give me one GLB for today, tomorrow.
My best bet is going to be something to NBA. I'm thinking I like I don't want to do the court. Yeah, I was Yankees money line is I think, one that you probably have to parlay. I'm going with the Thunder minus the 10.5. No. Let me just see. Got my screen up still. Yeah, I'm going with the Thunder, laying it full game. I think 10.5 or whatever it is now. Best number you can get. I like that.
Yep. My best bet, Celtics first half. Over 57.5, minus 108 on DraftKings. We finna cash, bro.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I think we may be back Friday. I'm not sure. But if you subscribe, tap in, you'll see when we're coming on, the whole 9. Like, thanks for just sticking with us, and let's make some more money in this goddamn playoffs, y'all. Peace out. John Witherspoon, take us home.
Hell yeah. Peace.
you broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whip your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bites you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now and go try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.